What's up, YouTube? This is Brian Pfeiffer, marketingmeathead.com. Today I'm going to talk about the EIDL loan and what's going on with the SBA and the funny business that's been going around. And hopefully I can give you guys some information here that'll help you potentially get your loan or your grant. Again, if you watch this channel, then you know that I've gotten my $4,000 grant. I put down 4 employees for one of my businesses, and they ran my credit. The next day I had the wire, and I haven't heard anything since. Not a peep, not even an email, nothing. And I did submit a second application before the porthole closed, and the other business has not gotten anything, and I haven't got an email or anything. So I think they're backed up still, which is very frustrating because if we look at the dates right now in Las Vegas, we pretty much got shut down. The strip was shut down on the 15th of March. Actually, most of the businesses I worked with was about the 12th of March, but let's just call it the 15th because that's officially when they actually did the stay-at-home order and the strip shut down. And I'm looking at here at the SBA. This is a spreadsheet that they came out with, okay? And they're saying 3 to 6 week turnaround on these loans. Okay, well that hasn't happened. Okay, we're not even close to that. Right now we're past 6 weeks, and I haven't heard a peep. Okay, and this is supposed to be an unsecured loan up to $25K, and they're basically saying that they're only going up to $15K based on this New York Times article here. And if you look at this New York Times article, basically is basically somebody complaining, saying I haven't heard anything, and that's that. And then she references this article right from the SBA that basically said they're kind of like rationing the money, and they're going to cap the max to $15,000 per applicant and an advance up to $10,000. Okay, and this is right from the SBA. Now, what's interesting is I follow another YouTuber. He's big. I'm going to go ahead and in a minute here roll a clip from him, and he's got a huge channel. Like he gets like 200 or even up to 500,000 views on one of his videos about these grants. And I found it very interesting that he got an email from somebody that works at the SBA. Somebody's leaking stuff to him, which is kind of interesting. And I don't want to act like I'm trying to steal his show or anything, because I'm not. But he does have good information, and the fact that he's got this huge channel and he's got some inside information, it's pretty good. I mean, and apparently the EIDL loan is now going to be up to $150,000. But this leaked source that he's getting this information from they're not allowed to talk about it, basically. So this is like pretty crazy that there's documents floating around that are leaking stuff, and then there's lawsuits. I know a lawyer personally here in Las Vegas that filed a lawsuit on behalf of one of his clients because they want the full 10K, and apparently they're not getting it or whatever. That's been a kind of a known thing right now, that the employees are based on your employees, you're only getting $1,000. But I'm going to go ahead and roll this clip right now, and as soon as it's done, we'll kind of come back and discuss. And I got another really good clip that I want everyone to see, and let's get going here.
Loan variables and new talking points. This is from the SBA. I cut off the from emails at the top and the to emails. See, black bar. Hi, everyone. The COVID-19 loan parameters have changed over the weekend, and the new loan limit is $150,000. Yay! The new loan limit is $150K instead of $15K. That's great. But please do not discuss anything about a cap or loan limit set at this level. See attached talking points. A second email is forthcoming with official talking points. Also, the loan application portal is about to be reopened for ag businesses only. That's different. Don't worry about that. Okay, I mean, this is good news so far, right? Well, yeah, but then there's the second email. The new cap for EIDL loans is $150,000. All other variables will remain the same. We will not discuss how we arrived at the new loan amount with businesses. Okay, so what does this mean, and what is this signal? We'll go back to this for a moment. Recognize this highlighted part here. Please do not, this is emphasized, that's underlined and bolded. Please do not discuss anything.
All right, and as you can see, he's got some insider information here. I don't know what his source is, and he doesn't reveal the source, which is probably a smart thing. And the fact that he is able to have such a huge channel and he's communicating with somebody at the SBA is very interesting to me. But at the end of the day, what's kind of the good news is that apparently there's going to be more opportunity to get a bigger loan. What's very frustrating for somebody like in my situation is we're approaching the 2-month mark. Okay, we're talking almost 60 days. So this 3 to 6 weeks are talking in the in the SBA literature or paperwork is just no good. Okay, that's just bogus. And the fact that in my situation I've only gotten $4,000, that doesn't even cover like the cost of like the softwares and stuff that I pay to keep my business in operation. Here's what sucks about that. Okay. A lot of these companies, I've emailed them and I've told them the situation. I said, hey, listen, we're having issues. I have no revenue. My business has been shut down. Is there a way you can give me a couple months of credit? And because some of them have been pretty cool. Other ones are like, oh, just pause the account. And I'm like, whatever. I don't want to really pause the account because my websites are still online. And I'm getting a few quotes in a day of people like thinking that maybe we're going to open up by the summer or the fall or even next spring. I'm getting 2021 quotes. And so I don't want to like shut down my entire business because that would be kind of stupid. Like I'm planning on coming back at some point. I mean, that's obviously the goal here is to get through this thing and come out on the other end. It was something, hopefully. And what's frustrating is that some of these companies are like, oh no, you just pause it and then I got to shut the thing down and then I got to go back and restart it up later. And there might be some work involved with that. Like if you've ever set up a software system and like maybe like an autoresponder or a if you have ClickFunnels and you got ClickFunnels integrated with a bunch of stuff and it's all set up to run your AdWords and whatnot. There's a lot of work involved with setting that up. And if you have to shut down one of those softwares because you can't afford the monthly bill, well, then there's a nightmare of stuff coming when you come back online. You got to get all this stuff rehooked back up. And a lot of times, at least for me anyway, with so many different softwares and so many systems, I forget how to do stuff. I have to literally go back and watch some of my videos. If I'm not doing something like on a regular basis, say I'm not setting up Zapier with ClickFunnels and Infusionsoft on a regular basis, sometimes I forget all the steps. And I have to actually go back and watch one of my videos that I produced for my channel to remember how to do it, because it's just not realistic to remember every single thing that I know how to do in every on demand. It's just not. So that's the kind of situations that we're running into right now, is potentially losing some of these softwares and stuff that we're paying for on a monthly basis because we have zero revenue. Okay, what's the point of paying for something with zero revenue coming in? There's $0 coming in. I'm starting to have to furlong my employees and whatnot. I've tried to keep everything together as long as I could. It's been a couple months now, and I've just got no money coming in. $0. We have no opening dates. We don't even know when we're going to open. The governor's been very quiet on exactly how the things are going to go down. We don't know plan exactly. There's obviously we have a phase 1 and a phase 2 like everybody else, but we don't know the dates on that. So how can you plan ahead for that? It's very frustrating. I'm going to roll another clip here for this is actually one of my buddies is in this news, whatever it is. It's a clip for his bar. He owns a bar, and I do some business with his bar. He's a real nice guy. Used to be a VIP host out here, and it's an interesting clip. We'll roll it real quick, and then we'll talk about it at the end, and then we'll wrap things up for today.
Social gatherings will have a lot more social distancing when they do. The governor says bars will not reopen at the beginning of phase 1. Fox 5's Jacqueline Schultz tells us how bars around the valley do propose to reopen.
So many of you at home are thinking you'd rather be out and about somewhere in town right now. Well, while bars can't reopen, several owners have told me they are preparing, getting gloves, masks, hand sanitizer, and wipes to safely welcome customers when they can return.
This short video is going to demonstrate our commitment to our guests' safety.
Are these how bars can reopen? Foothills Tavern posted this video on Facebook as a plan.
And each one is 6 feet apart.
Bars across the valley now propose how they can do business.
We are considering doing non-contact temperature checks at the door. We can provide gloves. We can provide masks.
Here's what we won't be able to open in phase 1. Bars and nightclubs will remain closed.
When Governor Sisolak says they can. The governor asked businesses to propose and work with regulators and health authorities to come up with plans, and counties may have more discretion on what does eventually open.
It was disappointing. Anybody that's willing to comply, I think, should be allowed to open up.
Cody Tompoli shows us video of crews disinfecting their other location. Barcode. Strict measures, they say, will include masks on staff, hand sanitizer everywhere, and free personal protective equipment for guests.
We lost 90% of business. We have over 30 employees, and we did have to furlough all of them.
East Ring has survived with curbside alcohol sales and profits from Da Crust, the pizza place inside, now selling pies through delivery apps and pickup orders, and pizza-making kits for families. Cody says this is tougher on smaller taverns selling just alcohol. Bars across the valley have started to announce they're closed for good.
I personally have about 5 different friends that do not believe they will be able to reopen.
In Henderson, Jacqueline Schultz, Fox 5 News, local Las Vegas.
All right, and as you can see at the tail end there, he talks about how some of his buddies are just not going to be coming back. I mean, they're not coming back to work. The businesses are going to fold, and that's just part of the game. And unfortunately, you start to go 6 weeks with zero revenue, and you got mortgages, and you got lease payments, and you got software payments, and it's just not realistic. For me, what really killed me was that I started advertising heavy for my spring season in basically the middle of December. So December, January, February, and even into March, the first week of March, I didn't really stop advertising. And all that money that I spent on Google AdWords, I spent on Facebook ads, I spent on SEO, and all the other stuff that goes into advertising. I run a lot of campaigns, and all that money was basically just lost because I was using that money to acquire customers for March, April, and May, which is my busy season, even into summer. And now we lost all those customers. So that it was probably about $5,000 to $7,000 a month minimum, maybe even more, closer to $10,000, that I was spending a month to acquire all these customers that I would have had in the busy season here in Las Vegas. And as soon as they closed everything down, I lost all that money. Okay, it was gone. That money was going on my credit cards. I was kind of financing it through the credit cards because you're expecting money to come back in and you can pay the bills when the money comes back in. And what happens was I had to refund all those people that had put in deposits. So not only did I lose all that advertising dollars, then I had to refund everybody. And fortunately, I had a decent amount saved up, and I was able to kind of weather the storm. But I can promise you, there's a lot of people in Las Vegas that didn't have the kind of money that I had laying around to be able to handle what I went through. Okay, and the fact that this thing is taking already now 6 weeks. We're going into probably 2 months now, and I haven't heard a peep. My other LLC hasn't even got an email or anything. I haven't got an email from the SBA, and it just seems like it's just not working. Okay, and it's very unfortunate because now that we're getting to a point where we're probably not going to see these bars and nightclubs open, in my opinion, probably till either midsummer or even late summer or even calendar year. They're talking, and we could be talking next 2021, and without help from the government. And these loans that we're supposed to be getting, there's just absolutely no way that businesses, even like mine, are going to survive. It's just not realistic. So, what's unfortunate about the situation is that there's some shenanigans going on, and whatever the laws that the lawmakers made and the execution of those laws just wasn't there. And unfortunately, who's to blame? I don't know. I think Congress tried to maybe push more that was even realistically possible onto the SBA. And at the end of the day, the people that are really getting hurt are the people like myself and the other business owners here in cities like Las Vegas, where we've literally got wiped off the map. And, it's a very sad time. And, it's very unfortunate. We're probably going to see a lot of these businesses go by the wayside because of this. And, the government, the people that were supposed to be taking care of this, just, because of their non-execution, we're the ones that are going to pay the price. And that's very sad to say, and I hate to end this on a sad note, but it's truth. And unfortunately, I'm seeing it firsthand. I'm witnessing it. I'm living it right now, and it's very frustrating. A nice $25,000 loan right now would buy me a few more months of survival in this climate here. And then, I'm sure there's other people in that same situation as myself. But hopefully, you guys all enjoyed the video today. I spent a little bit of time putting it together, doing the research. If you could leave me a like button, make sure you share this with some friends. And I do appreciate your comments below. Let me know if you guys have some thoughts on what's going on with the shenanigan letters and whatnot. I do find it very interesting that this guy's getting leaked inside information. And I'm the Marketing Meathead. We'll talk to you later. Thank you.
Mayor, you say that you assume everyone has the virus and is just asymptomatic. You want casinos open, Vegas back in business. Is that a responsible call to make?
Anderson, we have 150,000 hotel rooms that are just sitting empty. Where is the high-end escort supposed to take her clientele? Where is the newly divorcee supposed to binge drink themselves to death? Where are you going to have a bachelor party?
But you want the casinos
Anderson,
open.
That's not what I said.
So
Anderson,
you
no.
want, like, hotel rooms,
You're putting
casinos.
words in my mouth. Okay, no. No. Oh, you're good. No. Okay. Anderson, have you ever been to a bachelor party? Okay. All right. Strippers of all kinds that need work. Male strippers, female strippers, midget strippers, shemale strippers, strippers with one legs, okay? These people are essential workers, and they need to get back to work.
Okay, you said in another interview, you said, quote, let the businesses open. Competition will destroy that business if, in fact, they become evident they have a disease, they're closed down.
Oh, yeah.
It's that
Oh, yeah.
simple.
Yes.
Do you stand by that? Because it would take weeks, as I think you probably know, before anyone realized a place was a epicenter of viral infection.
Anderson, Las Vegas has been the epicenter of viral infection for years. We have it. Chlamydia, syphilis, gonorrhea, hepatitis A, B, C, okay? Have you ever swam at the pool at the Encore Beach Club? Good luck.
Other people became infected in a restaurant that
You
had air
talk too
conditioning.
much.
And
Listen, this isn't China. This is Las Vegas, Nevada. China, some other state. We have amazing air conditioning systems in our casinos that are constantly pumping out oxygen. So I say take the Lysol, put it in the ventilators, and disinfect the casinos and get those gamblers back on the poker tables.
In Las Vegas, I mean, you didn't have people with Ebola on a casino floor.
Anderson, we have people with Ebola. We have people with oxygen tanks. We have severely obese people on scooters. We even have people with tracheal tubes coming out of their neck playing the Wheel of Fortune slot machines. See? You're a hypocrite. You're touching your eyes. You're all liars.
Mayor Carolyn Goodman, I appreciate your time. I wish you the best for the people of your city.
Oh, I went to New York City, baby. Woo! Right by where you grew up.
Well, thanks.